Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show. Here we go. There they are.
What up? We all the way here towards the end of the season. It's championship week. We made it here. I mean, I think I was a little over enthusiastic this year, and I feel like I've been doing college football since July. So I'm kind of in some way, shape, or form. I'm kind of glad it's winding down to where it's only enough games I can see them right in front of me, so we can dial in on some of these games a little better. Big. Before I introduce my host, big shout out to the chat. DM Ragusta says, hey, she's in here early when we start the show. Our guy Stardust Mike, all the way from Las Vegas, he's in there. And of course, the best capper on the show, Mr. 33 NC is in here. And yes, he had another win last week with Indiana, and I took that one too. I followed that one. And we rode that train all the way home to victory. But we here today now. How you feeling, Big Ragu? Let them know.
Who's that guy behind the curtain giving us all them winners? I want to see him on screen one day. Well, we kind of get a peek at him every now and then. I'm doing good. Wine, you doing okay, my man?
I'm doing great, guys. Good to be here with you guys. It's crazy that's already conference championship weekend. Got some good games going on right now. Got some more good ones tomorrow.
Hey, let them know your action you got right now, because they're going to see us watching these games while we're doing the show. So let them know what we're on right now.
Yeah, well, I want to give the NCAA a big pat on the back for scheduling 4 games an hour apart on a Friday night. What the hell are you guys doing, NCAA? You guys never get it right. You're a bunch of monkey idiot clowns. You should join the circus. But anyways, I'll tell you who I'm on. I'm on the under in the Kennesaw State game, 62.5. I'm on North Texas for a first half total 17.5, which is not looking good. And I'm on the under in the Boise game, 59.5. So that's nice. What I got right now.
Nice. What you got going, Wine?
I've taken a bath so far today. Troy team total under 12.5. Already lost in the second quarter. I'm on the full game under 47. Not over yet. We have a live total at 54, so it's not looking great. I'm on North Texas full game money line, and I'm on Kennesaw State team total over. That's not looking good. So not a good start for college football, but we had some good NBA plays earlier, at least, that is going to make it even out a little bit.
There you go.
There you go. So make sure you go follow Wine Time on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, because he puts all those plays, basketball, football, baseball. He does it all. So make sure you give him a follow on Twitter for those hot picks. Me, myself, I've been having a crazy day. I really can't I can't really settle down to actually cap for a long time lately. It's been all broken up. So a lot to do today. Only got one bet in today. That's Troy plus 23. And I even got that once it had already started in the first quarter. So I'm just hanging in there with that. I would have liked I thought the Boise game was a little bit later. I thought it came on at 6. None of them came on at 6. But I didn't get a part of that one. I was kind of leaning the under in that one. And then I was kind of thinking Boise. I mean, when it comes down to Mountain West, Boise just has the better recruits when you put them next to each other. I mean, the difference in the athletes are a wide range. So we keep running. This is the 3rd Mountain West championship. UNLV, Boise State, and Boise State's already over them, despite 21-0 Boise State so far on the Bluegrass. Yeah, that's where we are. I think the under could be good. The 21-0 could have a lot to do with those guys from Vegas dealing with the weather out there in Boise. That was a big factor. A big factor to the under as well, but we'll see what happens. But shout out to AT. He said he's just got on. Our guy Dylan's in the house. What up, Dylan? Who-Bangin? Make sure y'all stay tuned and follow us, because Dylan, he pops on all the time with the Rink Report, with the UFC stuff. He has all kinds of content and information for y'all. So make sure y'all tap in with that too. What else I want to tell y'all today? Oh, My final record after 15 weeks. I don't feel like looking to bring it up today. But anyways, -3 units, y'all. -3 units for the season. Kind of got me that last week. I don't know how I fell off the last week to go -3, but I was kind of 50-50 most of the whole year. I never really got far ahead. I never really got too far behind. But hey, it is what it is. We'll definitely be back here next year, just like we was the year before that, the year before that, the year before that, and we'll have some fun. But let's jump into tomorrow's game. Starting off with this one right here. This one is crazy. BYU at Texas Tech. This is supposed to be a huge indicator of letting other teams into the playoffs. The determination factor will open the door for some and shut the door for some. All that kind of good stuff. I think went off here. But yeah. It's a good one right here, basically. It's a rematch of what happened earlier this season. I don't know. For me, watching the first game, I think Texas Tech just kind of got BYU number. Reason being is they could shut the quarterback down. That was probably like one of his poorest performance on the season was in that game. So I think they might have a number. The 12.5 is a big number to lay, but I think Texas Tech absolutely wins that game. Where you at with that one, Big Ragu?
Yeah, we're going to save the best for last because this is Warren's specialty, the Big 12. I know he loves it. But you look at what Texas Tech has done all season long, is they just absolutely destroyed the number all season long. You know, big double digits in a lot of cases. When you got a shutdown defense like they do, I mean, you just basically have to take care of the football and just, not turn it over and just – you don't have to score, 35 points a game. You can score like 20, 24 points a game and handily win double digits the way their defense is playing. So, I mean, this is a rematch of a game early in the season where, BYU had gotten shut down by Tech here. BYU's defense usually travels well. I mean, we're talking about an 11-1 team, two 11-1 teams here, guys. And both – there is some complications, like if BYU wins this game, we create a little havoc, with some of the seeding and whatnot. But the game in front of them here, I think we kind of get more of the same here with you got to right now the way that BYU Texas Tech is playing. I know it's probably be a little different scenario, even though it's not technically in Texas home turf. It's close by. There's going to be heavily laden Texas fans in the building here. So double digits again. I think they play a little bit closer this game, but I still like the Texas Tech side here to kind of hold things down and get the job done. I would probably look at Texas Tech in the first half here. We're looking at that number. You're looking at a 7 to 6.5. So I think there'll probably be a touchdown better early on. So as long as they don't take care of the football, BYU, they might keep it within that number. But, one or two turnovers will be a big difference in this game. I don't think they'll recover from that. But like you said, that Texas defense has been stifling all season long, and I think we'll see more of the same here.
Yeah, take us home. Take us home, Wine.
Yeah, I wish I had something in this game, guys. This is going to be a matchup where, I think Texas Tech wins this game. I don't know if they cover this spread, though. I mean, at 12.5 right now. I definitely think they can. I definitely think they have the horsepower to do it, too. I mean, Sataki was in talks about getting the Penn State job, ended up not working out, staying with BYU. So it's like you're getting BYU with a coach that's staying there with this team. They already got smashed by these guys earlier this season in Lubbock. And I just think that this is probably going to be something similar. I can't move on the big spread with Tech just because I've been burned by BYU this season. If you guys have been, whoever's backing BYU this year, you've been making some really good cash because it seems like they've been in a lot of letdown spots, and it doesn't seem like there's ever a letdown spot with them at this point. But I think this Tech team is built for the college football playoff. Rightfully so, a top 5 team right now. I think that they can compete with anyone in the nation right now. I don't know if they beat anybody in the nation, but I think they can go 4 quarters and by the end of it thinking that it's still a pretty solid team. So Tech's going to win this game. I don't know who covers this spread. Looking at the market a little bit here, I'll bring up like the percentages. We've got 50, according to Odds Logic, 56% of cash and 60% of money on Tech. Lines at 12.5. It's kind of been fluctuating back and forth. It opened at 11.5, so they've moved it a little bit already. Tech probably smashes these guys. Texas Tech in a nice money line parlay piece. That's all I can get here, though.
Nice. Now I got my little data-driven metrics right here. Let's take a look at the data-driven metrics. I haven't even took a look at it, so this is blind to me. But let's see what the metrics say right here. Here we go. Texas Tech defensive juggernaut, number 1 in the nation against the run, number 2 against the pass. They have a history of dominance, 11-1 against the spread. Struggles in the red zone, though. Ranks 89th nationally in touchdown conversion percentage in the red zone. As for the BYU, proven resilience, they have a big win percentage, too. Big luck percentage, I'm sorry. It's not on here, but I know they do. But, they did lose to Texas Tech. Key players to watch is Chase Roberts, who had 6 catches, 61 yards for a touchdown last game. And they were held just to 7 points last game between these two. That was 29-7, 11-8-25 in the head-to-head meeting. But the meeting before that in 2023, BYU was a winner. But I would take that to BYU was new to the conference, so they kind of caught them off guard. But I don't know. If, gun to head, I have to take BYU plus the points. I mean, on a BYU note, just for a few words for them, they're a little older team, a little more wiser and all that stuff. They know the challenge that's ahead of them. They travel well. There's a bunch of factors that say that, they just not going to sit back and let them kick them in the face. But like I said, it looks like they had Brock Meyer shook the last game. Like he could not do, and it takes that's why they have a high luck rating, because he does a lot of plays on his feet and with his arm and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know, that might not be there. So I don't know. If I had to take a play, I'd take BYU plus the points, but I don't think I'll be taking much on that game. But let's keep going to the next one right here. Next one up. I don't know if you guys messing with this one right here. I haven't looked too deep into it. Let's take a look at the metrics first on this one and see what they're talking about on this one, because like I said, I haven't really took a good look at this one. This is that's the same one. Hold on, let me see what we got here. Here we go. There we go. Western Michigan and Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio has a quarterback shakeup. Freshman Frank Thomas. Gronkowski is starting after QB Flynn left the program. A little drama on there. They got a couple key players sidelines, it says. Their turnover margin is +9. That's a good thing for the defense. Now, Western Broncos, on the other hand, has a run-first identity. Broncos have a run-heavy offense, ranked 129th nationally in passing yards. So that's probably, it sounds like an under to me, but they have an elite defensive unit, giving up only 18.7 points a game, top 35 unit, and they're healthy and ready. The Broncos entered the championship game with no players injured. So a lot of people over here taking the under in this one, I guess because of the defense, but it's a pretty low number at 43.5 for that one. Where you got any playing on that one?
Yeah, you got something on it? You're
muted myself. Apologies. Yeah, I got two plays in this game, guys. I broke it down earlier. I'm on the over. I moved on the over 43. This is two teams that really haven't been playing to the over, but I don't know. Something tells me that we're going to get some early MAC action tomorrow morning, and we're going to see some crazy explosive plays by both teams. I like that DeQuan Finn left the program, left his team to die, thinking we're not going to go to the MAC championship. He's out of there. I mean, what NFL team is going to interview this guy or even give this guy a chance after walking out on his team? And now here they are in the MAC title. It's because of their backup quarterback. He's been doing pretty well. He's doing better than DeQuan Finn did. And Finn was really highly touted coming in, so he's supposed to go to the NFL and all that stuff. Didn't look too good. I'm also on Miami. I'm not only on the over, I'm on Miami, Ohio money line +105. I think they win this game.
Yeah, I think the markets indicate the Redbirds here. I mean, this is a spot that the Redbirds are used to playing in. Western Michigan, they're more of a grinded out type of team where they, like you say, if you like the under, it kind of correlates with Western Michigan. If you like the over, I say Miami O. But the markets are, like I said, they're trending. This game opened 3 and 43 or 45.5. It's like you said, now the total is like sitting at 43.5. So the markets are, you're going a little bit contrarian on both on the total, but the side, I agree with you here. I think Miami O is probably the right side to be on. So there are some pretty sizable bets, so it looks like on the Western Michigan, which is kind of a little bit confusing there. But I think maybe it's the old Vegas head fake. They like to do that to us at the window sometimes. So you just stick with your cap, and if you're convicted, if you have the conviction to go contrarian, that's a strong play. I like that even better. So I'm with you on the Miami O side here for sure. I think they've been there and done that. I think a small price, short number. I think you just take them on the money line. They're both used to. They're both. If you're looking at the point averages here, when Miami's averaging about 27 points a game, where Western Michigan's right at about 23, giving up about 18 to 19, where Miami O is giving up about 21 points a game. So, you still got 5-point differential, but you got 5-point differential on the other side. So basically, that's why the game's basically a pick 'em right now. So, but I think you might have a sneaky good little over here too, possibly. I could see this, between 40, 45 and 49 points, somewhere in that range. It's a field goal type game here, though, for sure.
Well, last matchup was on October 25th, and Miami, Ohio at home won 26-17, which went under. So, yeah, maybe this time around they know each other a little bit, be able to develop a score a little better. Oh, we got UNLV with a touchdown right now. But, maybe they'll be able to develop any more. I haven't put any bets. I'm capping with y'all tonight. But
I hadn't bet one matching game this year, not one.
Yeah, but I think I've heard a lot of stuff too from some other cappers in regard to Ohio. So I think I might be going in with Miami, Ohio to y'all tomorrow, because I won't be playing that Texas Tech BYU. Maybe now if Texas Tech comes out and scores and we get a live at like 18 points or something crazy like that, I might take a shot at it. But let's keep it rolling, fellas. Let's go to the next one. This is the biggin. They call it the biggin. Booyah! Georgia, from my man Jimmy Vegas, at Alabama. Georgia minus 2.5. The over and under is set at 47.5 in this one. I'm just saying, I'm thinking Georgia. I was a big advocate of Alabama early in the season. I didn't see the team that I expected to see in Alabama, and I still don't see that team. I do see a team that survived. I see a team with some poise. I see a team that learned a little bit as the season was going on. But I still don't see the dominating team I thought Kalen DeBoer would build offensively at Alabama. And even though Georgia, I haven't really been a fan of them with their slow starts and all that, but they've been progressing as the season has gone. The last 3 games or so, they've been able to get it up there in the first half, I'm sorry. And I think, they're sized up and cut out to play this game. Now, it's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a slugfest. The lead change will probably change 2-3 times. But I think at the end, what they got going on at Georgia is a little bit more already moving. It's a train already moving down the tracks. Alabama's trying to find the tracks and see how much code they need to run the engine. So I like Georgia. It's a short price right there. Maybe just taking money line or something like that. But yeah, I think the first bet I will make for sure is this Georgia versus Alabama. How about you, Big Ragu?
Okay, so Bama, let's kick it off to game 1 where they lost to FSU. I'm not saying the season got derailed, but they kind of held things together along the way, and they slowly progress as far as wins and losses go. They had some good spots during the course of the year, and they had some rough spots. But the main thing that sticks in my mind when I talk about Bama on the offensive side of the ball is their lack of running talent, not talent, but their lack of proven running ability to kind of get the running game going. It's been that way all season. Now you got Jam Miller that's hurt, their main running back. So they've kind of been a one-dimensional team in my book. So that's the struggle they face. So you're going to face a guy in Kirby Smart that's been there, done that with this team before. Even though they've lost like 7 out of 8 against them, in the Saban era. And one positive thing for DeBoer, he lives for these big games. He's been big money coach against top tier rated teams. You know, when it comes to game day, but I'm not off put by Bama because, you know, it's a solid program and they play well-rounded type of game, but they are a little bit one-dimensional. The defense is still pretty decent. They can handle Georgia, I think. But the thing I like about Georgia is early on, you know, we talked about depth issues for them. I think they've grown as a team. They've always had to knock and not being able to cover numbers. But if you go more recency bias on Georgia, they've handled business in a big way. It's a semi-quasi home game back in Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta. It's going to be a fast track here. Well, I think the game total is a fast track. Probably not. It'll be, like you said, a slugfest. But I just kind of like the spot where Georgia is right now collectively as a team. And I think it's really, really hard to not lay the short number with Georgia. Unless you think Bama's going to win the game outright, I wouldn't even take the points. But for me, I would lay the short number with Georgia here. And one thing we know is it's very hard to kind of go back to back in college football and win championships. And Georgia's not in that spot right now because Ohio State won it last year. But I think they're in a good spot right here to get a bye. And everybody wants it. Like a lot of these teams playing today in these championship games, even if they lose, they're going to be in regardless. But, you know, they want to hang that banner, the SEC championship, and they want to put the Natty right next to that too. So don't think these teams are going to lay down like Ohio State in the next one. We'll talk about that when we get there. But all these games are going to be must wins for momentum and for morale for the squads here. So give me Georgia to handle business at least by a field goal.
Yes, sir. Go for it, Wayne.
Yeah, this is a game I haven't moved on yet in any way. To me, I mean, Kirby's kryptonite was Nick Saban, not necessarily Kalen DeBoer, who's taken over this Bama program. And I don't know. I mean, I think Kirby Smart's probably the better head coach here between the two, and I think they might have a more talented team. It's tough for me to do it. I mean, I know a lot of people a lot of sharp people has been telling me that they're on Alabama in this one, and I'm looking at the percentages, and 34% of bets and 49% of bets on Bama right now. It's definitely looking like a contrarian play, and the lines, what is it right now? Circus hanging a 1.5. It opened at a 1. Yeah. Got up to a 2.5 at some point a couple days ago, went back to a 2, now 1.5. It's going to be a smash mouth type of ball game. I mean, it's crazy to see 87% of the cash on the over and the line's not moving. 13% of bets, though, and 87% of cash on the over, according to Odds Logic. And the line's not moving. So this is a game I won't get involved with. I think Georgia is the better team here. But at the same time, Bama needs this win a little bit more. I feel like I think Georgia's in it no matter what. Bama, if they lose this, they're clearly out of the college football playoff, I think. So it's do or die for Bama. So everything's on the line for them here. I'm not going to move on him, though. It's a pass.
Come on, Wine. Let's be honest. You know you're going to put something on this game. You just don't. You ain't drawn the line in the sand yet. These games are going to come on one by one. It's the biggest game of the day. You don't have Wine Time doesn't have any action.
By noon tomorrow, make sure to just go to my Twitter and see if I tweeted anything about this game.
He'll be live betting it.
Are y'all doing a show tomorrow?
We are, yes.
Yeah, he might change his mind in the morning, so y'all make sure y'all tap in the PSR tomorrow. Yes. He might have a bet on that one. But let's keep it rolling. Big shout out from the chat. Our guys, Zatucci's. The Zatucci's are in the house, man. Big shout out to our guys, Zatucci, and definitely
G-Money
in his house. And our guy, Justin. Justin, what up, though? Justin's in the house as well. But let's keep it moving. This one right here. Indiana, Ohio State. I haven't bet my play, but I got one. I'm gonna save mine for last. I'm gonna let somebody else take the lead on this game. Who really likes this game?
Warren. Kick it off.
This is a game I like. You know, this is the primetime spot here. I think it's an ultimate letdown here for Ohio State. It just, you know, they had their biggest win of what some of the fan base will say Ryan Day's career, and that's beating Michigan, which is kind of crazy coming off a natty. But if you heard the Ohio State fans last year saying, like, we don't care if we win a natty, like we want him gone, and it never made sense to me. And look what he did. He took a page out of Michigan's book and ran the ball down their throat in that second half and just played lights out defense. Helps when you got a lot of money to go and grab defensive coordinators from the NFL like Matt Patricia. You go out, you promote your offensive coordinator or your wide receivers coach, who's probably the best wide receivers coach, who just accepted the job at South Florida to the OC job, and he will be with them. But this Ohio State team won their game. They don't want a conference title. They won a national championship, and they lose this game. I don't think it's the end of the world for them. I think they still have a first-round bye and home field advantage besides against Indiana. I think these are two clearly cut the best teams in college football, and I don't think it's particularly close. I think that both of these teams are going to be there when it's all said and done, and I think if they meet in the playoffs, I will be on Ohio State. You can better believe that. But here I'm on Indiana plus the 4 points. I think Indiana, this title, this conference means a lot more to them in their program because when was the last time they did it? Have they ever done it? And if so, it was years ago. I couldn't tell you. I didn't do the research on it, but I just know this program's been in shambles. And then Cignetti comes in and look where they're at, the number 2 team in the nation. Shout out to Peter Loshak in the building. Shout out to Logan. Shout out to Skyler, all the guys right there. Good to see you guys. But yeah, I'm on Indiana here. I think Indiana wins this game outright.
I don't know who's going to answer Pete's question on the under. I know this is a big game. The under is very trendy, but you like the under in that one too. How about you, Big Ragu?
Well, all you hear about is Indiana's offense, but their defense is pretty good too, guys. Even though, OSU is giving up like 8 points a game, which is, insane. Like we've always talked about it through our careers of talking about, breaking games down when we do like team previews and we get to the middle of the season. Always the top tier defenses seem to be in the Big Ten because of the style of football they're playing. But, that's starting to skew a little bit more, with Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon over the years. But still, the defenses show up. And they, I think Indiana's kind of stepped in that Penn State role, so to speak, where, they're probably the next level Penn State team coming in, competing with Ohio State and Michigan now. But, the under, I would have to almost say it would go from one extreme to the other. You're either going to be looking at a 20-17, 17-13 game, or you might see a 42-35 game. You know what I mean? That's how this game is going to go. But I'm going to say the earlier and not the latter. I think I like the under here. Matter of fact, I like the under better. I like the side. I'm not going to try to get cute here because I'm not going to say Ohio State has a luxury. They do. It's built in to the fact that they do not have to win this game. But would they like to win it? Yes. They want to be crowned Big Ten champs. But Cignetti, like you said, he's been handling business. And to me, this is just the Mendoza Heisman game. So if he wins this game, he'll be a shoo-in for the Heisman. If he loses, then he's not going to get the Heisman. So all eyes will be on Mendoza here. And then Ohio State might have something to say. But put me on the under here. I love the under in this spot.
Yeah, this is a Heisman battle right here. But this one right here touches home for me because my youngest son's an Ohio State fan for many years. And many moons and many years I've learned from watching these games that Ohio State either starts off fast and lawnmowers you down the whole game, or in a lot of places we've saw them, they kind of sputter in the first half and they try to come get you the second half. So this Indiana team with Cignetti right here, this is little Nick Saban right here. Like they starting to say he talks like him, walks like him, everything, So I think let's say this was Saban right here. We cashed Saban so many times. First half, Alabama, and I think this is a good spot where Ohio State likes to play Jekyll and Hyde, and this is a good spot. Maybe it's that they like to field teams out, kind of like a boxer. But I think this Indiana team is going to go straight and narrow. They looking to score 100 points if they can, because they don't have no restraints of thinking about playoffs. All they know is they didn't go into the playoffs last year with enough momentum, and they lost. So this year, what better momentum booster to put your players up there but to beat Ohio State and beat them bad and go into the playoffs as a dominant force? And I think Indiana might have a chance to go all the way. It's not far-fetched. And Mendoza, sorry to say, may be a better quarterback. He may be the best quarterback in this one. And this is for the Heisman race right here. And Cignetti gives him the type of play calling that allows him to get those yards and all that stuff for the Heisman. So I'm on Indiana first half, man. Give me Indiana first half. It's my best opportunity to take a shot at this Ohio State. Now, I do respect Ohio State's defense. Ohio State defense is good, but all Indiana has ever done was know how to score, despite them having good defense as well. But they kind of crowned themselves around getting up on the scoreboard. So I don't know about that under. I'm in the middle. That number is pretty low. I mean, I expect Indiana to score at least 3 touchdowns, and I also expect Ohio State to figure out how to get in there about 3 times too. So, if they fall short of that, we got an under. But if we get it to 42 right there, we'll be 1 score away from an over. So I'm gonna leave the total alone. I'm just gonna take what I think is the best opportunity to take a good jab at the game, and I'm gonna take Indiana first half. Anybody got anything else on this one?
Yeah, well, if you look at, you talk about the total for a minute. If you look at what the Indiana, they were in, I think whatever the number, I think they 1, 2, 3, 4 unders. So they in those unders games, the game they played Iowa, so that's a perennial defensive team, right?
Yeah.
Illinois, they blew that game way over the total. They put the total over themselves, 63-10. But they played Wisconsin. Wisconsin just a lack of offense there, and then I think Indiana kind of knew going into that game they didn't have to do much to beat Wisconsin, even though Wisconsin was playing a little better towards the end of the season, 31-7 there. And then the Oregon game, which was surprising, that game stood under where they won by 10, and they threw that pick 6 in that game too, and that was 51.5, and they clipped the number right at 50 there. So in the games that they stood under the total is teams that are kind of under style teams. So, that being said, Ohio State's really not an over team. So, and they, like you said, the number's a little short, probably the shortest number outside the Wisconsin game they've seen all season here. Although the Iowa was the same total too. The Iowa was 47.5. So, but Ohio State's offense is a little more apt than Iowa's offense here too. So, but I think it'd be a close game either way. So I still like the under here.
Nice. I forgot one thing on the show. I'm gonna play it now so I don't forget. But we got to get our guy NC33's pick in today.
Oh yeah,
that's most important for you guys. So if y'all ready for this, here we go. This guy is 11-5. I believe it's 11-5. He's 11-5 on the show. He sends in his pick every week on time. This is no hokey pokey.
You gotta start mailing him a check pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, he told me for that one loss that he had early in the season that I get the rest of the season for free. So.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay. All right.
I'm gonna run with
He's a man of his word, right? He's a man of his word.
A man of his word. But our guy ATNC33, here we go.
Oh, come on!
Okay. He's a sharp guy, man. All of his plays are today. He's been sharp this year, man.
Hey,
there's trouble in the barn in Georgia right now. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's a wise guy, man. He's a real wise guy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite cappers ever, right there.
He might have a middle opportunity with that if he wants to come back and come over to the dark side, take Georgia money line, and the game lands on 1 or 2. He can cash both tickets.
Yeah, he probably can cash both tickets. But that's that one right there. But now for our final game, Duke at Virginia. Now, you know what? To tell you the truth, this is one of the most important games right here because we all talk this shenanigans of Miami making it or not, or Notre Dame making it or not, or this and that. Fact of the matter is, if Virginia, right? If Virginia wins this game, they basically win the ACC and kind of cancels Miami out the picture. You cancel Miami out the picture, Notre Dame goes. Everything just kind of flows how it's going to flow. So this is going to be a big pivotal game. And this is a Duke team that it seems like the market was high on Duke, but Duke wasn't always high on Duke. So this Virginia team, I'm off this game totally because I'm not going to jump in on the tail end of a team that I haven't really bet none this season on Virginia, or even I don't even think I really took the time out to really watch a game of Virginia. So I'm going to stay out of this business right here. and leave it alone. But I, as a Notre Dame fan, I hope that Virginia go ahead and win, because all this media stuff we hear, Notre Dame betting was minus 500, and they talking about, oh, they might not make the playoffs because if this, that, da 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 da. But where Notre Dame falls in, it has a lot of other stuff, and where BYU goes in has a lot of other stuff, and then it's even bad that we can get two non-power conference teams in the playoffs, depending on how things go this week. But this Virginia game, I'm totally off. Big Ragu, this is more up your side of the wood. What do you think about this game right here?
I'm a loss for words right now. I really am. Out of all the conferences in college football, the ACC always seems to get it wrong. So there's no way in the world that Duke should be playing for the ACC championship here. You got 7 teams above them with better records. There's a caveat, and I get it how they line it up. Geographically with the conference and whatnot. But most of the other leagues, they have caveats. With records playing in. So a lot of stuff you don't know that goes on behind the scenes. But this is one that's kind of showing up right now for Duke. But Manny Diaz, he's going to have these guys ready to play, and he does have some talented players on the team on the defensive side, and their quarterback is pretty darn good too. So I just hope they play a good game. And then you want to talk about chaos. If they go ahead and win this game, that's going to be a lot of chaos. But Chad Morris with the Virginia team, they did have a softer schedule, probably one of the softer schedules in the ACC, and that's not saying a whole lot though. But there are some teams in there, like you said, Miami, Georgia Tech down the road a little bit, one loss out there. With the Virginia side, Pittsburgh, SMU, they shat all over themselves to make this chaos happen. So it is what it is. We'll deal with it. And if Duke wins, hey, we'll see where the chips are. I'm going to be off of this game. But you know what? To me, Virginia has done nothing wrong all year. You're only up a couple units if you're backing them with a 10-2 record. So that's telling you a little bit of a story there, even though they're 7-4 ATS against the number, still positive number. But they played to the under, and Duke also plays to the over. So if you like the total, if you think there's going to be points here, which the number indicates they will, I think Duke's probably the play here, getting with the number. So I'm not going to play, but I think the total tells me Duke's going to be the play.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, it's a tough spot here. I mean, the ACC is they're in a hole here, guys, because if Virginia doesn't win this, there's not going to be an ACC team that makes it, unless it's Miami, I guess. But I think Notre Dame should be in there because, I mean, you guys heard me kind of talk some smack on Notre Dame in the beginning of the year, but I mean, they really proved who they were the last 10 games of the season. And I mean, they blew out USC. Like that game the score was closer than what it actually was. And this Notre Dame team is firing on all cylinders. So with that being said here, I don't know if Duke wins this game. I mean, this is huge for both programs. I mean, if Manny Diaz can win an ACC title game with a 7-5 record, I mean, that's all that matters is winning conference titles really for your resume. It would look really good. And for Virginia, who would have thought Virginia would be here at this point? It's such a tough game. I would be on Duke plus the 4 points thinking that they can hang tight in this game. I'm not going to do it, though. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to be watching that Indiana game. Something tells me, though, that this game might be a little bit more interesting than the Ohio State-Indiana game, which is crazy. This could shake a lot of things up if something goes wrong. So I think by halftime, people might turn on that Ohio State game off and turn this game on, which is crazy to think. But a lot on the line here. You talk about Miami, you talk about Notre Dame. Looks like Tulane is taking care of business against North Texas right now, 23-7 going into half. They're going to be for sure in the playoffs, which is crazy. So we'll see what happens here. It's Duke or pass for me.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Right now UNLV scored 2, so 14-28. Oh, wow. I don't know, Big Ragu. That under is going to be tough, but you know how it goes. Just like
what's
in the
going
NFL.
on with the weather up there? Because I heard there was supposed to be some inclement weather up and nasty weather in Boise on the turf.
It was supposed to be below 40 or something like that.
No rain, sleet, or snow up there in the mountains.
I seen a couple drops on the calendar. It's a little drizzling now, so I don't know. Yeah. Second half under might be the spot. You might get a good number for that.
Yeah, I'm good. I live and die by the sword.
There you go. I like that. But
it's Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. That's
Yeah, so I guess
basically it
Eric
right
Morris
there.
decided to pack his bags early in that North Texas game and head on over to Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. Sounds like he mailed it in that one.
Now for the good part of the show, where we give our encouraging words to our followers and our listeners. Who want to do anybody? I did it 2 weeks in a row. Anybody want to do the honors? It's okay.
Doc does the best.
Come on, bring it on, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's not the last show. All right, come on. You playing some music for me? All right, guys. Listen, you see us week in, week out, and we really appreciate you joining us. Now it's the holiday season. We want to make sure that enjoy your time with your family, enjoy your time with your friends. But above all, give thanks to the man upstairs who gives us these blessings for us to hang out on the daily. But you know what? At the end of the day, we'll see you next week. And then we'll see you at the window, my brothers. Peace, everybody. Enjoy, love, peace, and happiness. And we'll see you on the other side next week. Next Friday night. No, we're going to be back next Friday night. DJ, get me out of here for a second.
Week after next. Week after next. We got the Army Navy next week.
Oh, yeah.
And then
anybody got
week
any
after
opinions
next.
on the Army Navy?
I
We're not going to be here for one game next week, are we?
No, we're not going to be here for one game, but I'm off.
What do we normally do in Army Navy?
Give me the under.
Under, baby.
39 and a half.
Now before we get out of here though, I got a very special guest coming to join us right here. He has a few things to say, and I think he should do our farewell after this. What up, thou? Where did he go? I added him to the stage, but I don't see him. Let me see here. Oh Lord. What did we do? Where is my guy?
Oh, there we are. I mean, how in the hell am I supposed to follow that? He just gave one of the best outros in the business with that fucking nice ass music.
You asked to come in, so now you got the duty of leading us out of here.
My fucking best.
North, my brother.
So what I did come to do, obviously, number one, say hello to you guys. I always pop in, love to see you. Wine time. Don't know who you are. Best handicapper on the planet. Nice to meet you. And of course, DJ Big Boss. Always good to see you guys. But I got the official boss in the saw shot glass. So we just came to give a shot.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to the chat. Everybody in there, of course, too.
Respect. Oh, you got to take another shot. Now you got to give your speech.
Oh,
take
that's
a shot,
fine.
and we're going to close the show, okay?
Close it out. Do it Canadian style.
There you go. Finish that bottle, dialogue.
Here you go. It's
Canadian
all on
style.
you. One of my favorite friends from
did have two
Canada.
bets I wanted to give out. One is in the NHL tomorrow, the Montreal Canadiens versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Two Canadian teams, original 6 matchup. So it's been honestly 100 years, over 100 years, they've been fighting each other. Anyways, we're on the over there. And both these teams are trending to the over. Actually, 2 of the top teams trending to the over. So we're on the over there. And then UFC tomorrow, we're taking the young dog. Anybody? No? You haven't seen who's fighting? Josh Van. We're taking Josh Van to get the belt. The young dog fighting the old dog. We're taking him at plus 175.
Who's he
We're
fighting?
looking at the changing of the guard season, and I think he's the right man to do it. I do
the
have
main
stats
event?
that say UFC champions holding the belt, defending the belt 35 years and plus, not doing very well. And he's defended his belt 3 times. So I think we got to fade Pantoja at plus money.
Okay. Now we got to send you in for the toast to send us out. The floor is yours, my friend.
Well, I mean, make sure you keep tuning in to this show right here. They just broke down every fucking game very well. Make sure you keep tuning in. Boss and the Sauce Show. Boss and the Sauce Show.
I love Boss and the Sauce.
We do appreciate y'all, man. And make sure you sign up, become a member. We have some members-only content. Y'all seen a couple of the little brief slides that I had. My man Wine Time was like, yeah, how did this slide come up with the information about the quarterback and all that situation?
Pretty good stuff right there, huh?
We got some good stuff going out, and I send those out to our members, so don't be shy. Become a member. Hang out with the team. We love cappers. We love capping, and we out.
The Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show. Here we go.